Hi, okay, good evening. Welcome to the,
Now be recorded.
okay, we are now being recorded. Welcome to the Monday, August 15th, 2024, 6 o'clock PM of the meeting of the Auburn Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Robert Tatro. I am the chair. I'm calling the meeting to order. We still have to do this evening's meeting per protocol for the remote access, so we are still applying that this evening. Excuse me. So if anybody wants to join from home, you can call 1-646-749-3112. You can enter the access code 944-571-349, or you can go online and go to globalgotomeeting.com and join same way, upper right corner, a box will appear. You can type in 944-571-349, and that will allow you to join the meeting remotely. So we have a very brief couple of public hearings this evening and some small business, so I'd like to get right to it. If I may, we'll do a roll call briefly. Vice Chair Michael Maron, are you here?
Present.
Mr. Cussy?
Present.
Ms. Roach, we know will not be attending this evening. Ms. Bush, I do not see this evening, so that's fine. Mr. Garabedian, I also do not see. Mr. Chicolo?
Present.
You are present, and obviously I am present on the town side. Sir?
Yes.
Just for the record, you want to, for the town side, you are representing us this evening, correct?
I am Gary Allard,
And we have, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Gary Allard, Building Commissioner.
Correct, thank you. And then I just have Jesse Averka, Land Use Coordinator, I believe you are here.
Here.
Anybody else town side that would like to introduce themselves or acknowledge them being present?
Darlene Coyle, DDIS.
Thank you. That would be Darlene Coyle, DDIS Director, in the audience, just not next to the lectern. Okay, so with that being said, we have a 6 o'clock PM applicant, Sharon Gagney, requesting a special permit under section 3.9.1.2 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for a residential kitchen located at 159 Malvern Road, map 1, parcel 70. Now, keep in mind, please, for all the board, this is a repeat of this hearing. It was necessary due to the alleged violation of public hearing laws that had taken place over the last few months. So this is a do-over. So if the applicant is present, I would like to request motion to open the hearing.
Mr. Chairman, motion to open.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maron.
I approve.
Mr. Cussy?
Approve.
Mr. Chicolo? And I vote to approve. If you could approach the lectern, please, ma'am and sir, if you could give us your name, address, what you'd like to do. Whoever would like to, it doesn't matter.
Sharon Gagney, 159 Malvern Road, in Auburn. And I'm here to get a permit for a residential kitchen. I make sourdough breads and pastries.
Okay. I don't think we have anybody in the audience that is interested in commenting on this hearing. It does not appear as though I have anyone calling in this evening on the live feed here. So to you, Vice Chair Maron?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you again for being here this evening. Thank you for your indulgence and your patience. Just one quick question. As far as the supplies that you'll use for the home occupation, is that something you'll have deliveries at the home?
Mostly I do the shopping for that, but I have a few things that come in from Amazon. But I'm mostly going out and picking them up.
And then will customers visit you at the home?
Yes. Just to pick up their product, unless they choose delivery.
Okay. Will that be a come and go service, or will you actually?
It'll be a 1 day within a 5-hour time slot, most likely a Friday, maybe a Thursday, but only 1 day a week.
You have any employees?
I do not.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Mr. Cussy, sir?
Yes. Will you have any signage?
No,
No signage.
not outside my house, no.
When people come, will they be parking on the road, or do you have a?
No, there's actually a spot right in front of my house that is semi-paved, that is off of the road, or they can park in my driveway. I have a huge driveway.
More questions for me?
Thank you. Mr. Chicolo?
No questions.
Thank you. Okay, so if there's nothing else to add, and we have nobody here that is interested in speaking on this hearing, and there is nobody calling in, to make a motion to close the public portion of the
I
hearing?
actually have something I'd like to address, if that's all
Oh,
right.
yes, absolutely, I'm sorry.
I understand that there is a 20-day waiting period, and seeing how we did this back in July, and I've done everything to comply. I am requesting the board to possibly give me a reprieve on that, because this has hindered me in going to the farmers markets and being able to advertise to spread the word besides to my friends and family. So if I could possibly have that reprieve of the 20-day and get the approval from the Board of Health and get going, I would much appreciate that, as this is an income for me. And because of the waiting period, it's, I haven't been able to
Sure.
do my job.
So I think that is something we can absolutely talk about. The board can discuss it when we close the public portion of the hearing, and I definitely, for me, I think that's a reasonable request, but I just want to make sure for the town side that it can be accommodated, because it might be an unusual request that we haven't gotten before.
Okay.
So
I mean,
I see no issue with
I'm
that.
just thinking that, if from the first meeting, if anybody was to complain or
Right.
from the neighbors that are directly next to me, they're all for it, so.
Right. I think it's a valid request, absolutely. So let me try to
I would appreciate
work
it.
through the board, and
very
then
much.
we'll see what the town side has to say, and I think they can come back with a pretty good
Okay, I appreciate
explanation for
that.
that, I think, right? I think that's a fairly reasonable request, right? Would the board welcome that, at least into the thought process?
Yes.
Okay, is it possible for me to address and ask the town if that is something we could do, Ms. Coyle, or is that something you're not prepared to speak on this evening? You have to look it up. I don't want to put you on the spot.
I can certainly check on that request from the applicant, but I think that may be a legal waiting period. I can check with the town clerk and see if that requirement has to be met. My inclination is that it does, but it doesn't hurt asking.
Right, okay, so we can,
Thinking, I've already waited 20 days, now I gotta wait another 20 days, so,
Stan?
okay, thank you very much. I know it's not going to be, that's unexpected input that I needed, so I know you weren't going to be prepared. I didn't want to leave you hanging out there, so thank you very much, though. Okay, so with that being said, do I have a motion to close the public portion of the hearing?
Mr. Chairman, motion to close the public portion of the hearing.
Vice Chair Maron, how do you vote for that?
I approve.
Mr.
We need-
Cussy,
we need-
for the public
Do
hearing.
we need a second?
Second, thank you very much. Mr. Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy?
Approve.
Mr. Chacolo? And I vote to approve. The public portion of the hearing now is closed. So we do have a motion on the 6:00 PM applicant Sharon Gagny requesting a special permit under section 9.3.1.2 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for a residential kitchen located at 159 Malvern Road, map 1, parcel 70. Or discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks for reading the entire hearing description so that it makes my job immensely easier Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve with standard conditions as stated, with the caveat that I think it was a very thoughtful request for her to have the opportunity to waive any additional waiting period. But I would agree, my gut would tell me that there is likely a legal backing for that, for an appeal process. So I would suggest, in concert with my motion to approve with standard conditions, that if we have the authority and it can be waived, that I would recommend that we certainly support that and do so. But I would rely on Ms. Coyle, just as she's always supported us to verify, because I would suspect that there is a legal backing to that's beyond our purview and our authority to waive.
Right, and I agree, but I also think that given the circumstances behind it with the, really the fault of myself and the town not being able to manage the meeting process here.
We don't lay blame in this committee, Mr. Chairman. We just solve problems.
Correct, you're right.
But.
I digress.
Yeah,
You are
no,
correct,
not at
but,
all,
you know,
but,
so,
not at all, but.
But I agree that I think, if I was kind of going off the back of the old baseball term, if tie goes to the runner, I think they're the runner and they get the tie. That's how I
Yeah,
look
no,
at it.
I completely agree. I would be very, I would welcome that reprieve. I would really be happy if we were able to extend that. But I agree, I just don't know.
Okay.
So if it's in our authority, I'd say we should do it.
Okay, thank you. So do I have if I was going to say, do I have a second on that very long and complex motion? Thank you very much. Vice Chair Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy?
I approve.
Mr. Chacolo? Approve. And I vote to approve. So, yes, we will do everything in our power to try to help you get that, but we can't promise it. But I will actually even come up and follow up with this next week sometimes. I'm up here to bug them all the time anyway, so I'll ask.
I'll bring you cookies if I need to, bread, whatever.
There you go. All right, good luck.
Thank you very much. I
for your
appreciate
time.
it.
Good luck.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
again, allow me to extend my apologies on behalf of the town for the technical difficulties and having you come back here and delaying you. We understand that costs money, and it's not, money doesn't come easy these days, and I appreciate that, and I hope it works out for you.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
I have to step out for just a minute. I got an emergency call from the police.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so I just want to make sure we have a motion to close the 6 o'clock PM hearing.
Mr. Chairman, motion
That's
to
wrapped,
close.
correct? Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, okay. So annual reorganization vote is supposed to be this evening, but I feel like we're missing. I would like to respectfully request, as the chair, if you would all allow me, I would like to have the opportunity of the full board to be here, given the circumstances that we've had recently. And I would like to give everybody the opportunity to speak on it before we make a decision, to be honest with you. I think that's the most fair and equitable way to do it.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's not going to, I appreciate that. It's certainly, discussion, in my view, isn't going to change the way I'm going to lean in your support, to be honest with you, but just to be blunt, but I respect that.
And, back when I was just getting on the board and I was an assistant member, an associate member, I always valued the fact that they would include all of us. And I think that's pretty important. It's part of our democratic process here. And given all the crazy stuff that's taking place, I want to give everybody their shot recently.
I respect that, Mr. Chairman. I think we'd all agree.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So could I have a motion to move the reorganization to the September meeting or the next meeting that the board is fully intact and present?
I would make the motion as stated, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Vice Chair Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy?
Approve.
Mr. Chacolo?
Approve.
And myself, I approve. All right, so the next is, we have minutes from 5/16/2024, and that is myself, Vice Chair Maron, Richard Cussy, Megan Roach, who is not with us this evening, but she can record her vote at a later date, Caitlin Bush, Ryan Garabedian, and Mr. Chacolo. So we can get the four of us this evening here anyway. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes on 5/16/2024? Vice Chair Maron?
Mr. Chairman, as stated, I would approve the minutes as written.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. So, Vice Chair Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy?
Approve.
Mr. Chacolo?
Approve.
And myself. So the 5/16/2024 minutes are recorded. And then we have the minutes from 1/18/2024.
So you guys actually already, sorry to cut you off.
No, that's okay.
You already accepted the January minutes. I sent them down to the clerk. I had the wrong date. It was 2023 up top. So she said that I should bring them back to you guys. I have them here if you want
We
to
had a
look 'em-
typo.
If you want to look them over again. Well, with the date being wrong, I guess that's a little different than,
I think we're allowed to give you 3 waivers before we have to bring you in for disciplinary processes, so.
make sure I write that one down.
1 strike, so you're all set. You got 2 more to go.
Works for me.
All right, so do I have a motion to accept the minutes from 1/18/2024 instead of 2023? And that would be myself, Vice Chair Maron, Richard Cussy, and Caitlin Bush, who is not here right now, but I believe we can still accept those.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the typo correction for the minutes as stated and give every accolade to Jesse for keeping us on track.
That's
Much
correct. And keeping us
appreciated.
honest, too. Thank you so much. So do I have a second? Mr. Cussy?
I'll second.
Thank you. So Vice Chair Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy?
Approve.
I vote to approve, and it was only Caitlin Bush, so she can record her vote at a later date as well. So the next meeting is September 19th, 2024. We have nothing particularly on the schedule right now, so I believe that is it. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, a motion to adjourn, please.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.